Oh man, we're back. Yes, we're back again. Hello everyone. It's Adrian, and welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. If that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into today's episode. Man, I don't know if I look puffy. It's because I just woke up like a few minutes ago, so you're gonna have to excuse that, okay? Gonna have to excuse that. But as you've seen from the title, today we're gonna be talking about holding grudges. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm the kind of person that tends to hold a grudge to begin with, or even have a grudge for that long, because I don't know. A few days ago, I had an opportunity to just like sit with myself and be able to like reflect, be able to do some self reflection work, and something that I ended up finding, and that really surprised me, is that I'm not the kind of person who tends to like hold a grudge, which really did surprise me. But also, on the other end, it didn't really like surprise me, because I'm like, actually, it does make sense. It does make sense to why I'm not the kind of person to like hold a grudge, because first of all, it takes a lot. I'm one of those people whom it takes a lot in order for you to upset me. Like, seriously, you would have to like go to the moon and back in order for you to be able to like have this ability to like upset me, because, well, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm human. It's easy for, it can be quite normal or easy for somebody to annoy me. It's normal to be annoyed, but upset me and like get me angry like in my feelings like that, no, that's really rare. I think I'm the kind of person whom you can know for like years and years, and still it would be really rare for you to see me in this mental space, in that kind of mental space where I'm just like pissed and I'm like angry and livid. It's rare. It takes a lot for you to be able to like upset me. And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense to why I'm not the kind of person that tends to get like angry a lot. But on the other side, if you're someone who's like really close to me, and again, in order for you to be able to like hurt me or betray me, and for me to actually feel betrayed, we have to be really close. Okay, we have to be close, and you have to be somebody that I actually like, and somebody that I love, and someone that's like in my inner circle. But if you're one of those people, and it just so happens to be, and it just so happens to be that person like hurts me in one way or another, and I'm not talking about somebody saying a lie here and there. No, I'm talking about somebody hurting you, someone that you're really close to, and they do something that's really like unforgivable. Again, I'm not talking about a little lie here and there or little mistakes, because we're all humans, we all make mistakes. But I'm talking about someone who does something that really like upsets you. I'm talking about someone betraying you, something that makes you feel betrayed, and it's like, how could you, like, how could you, why would you do that? I feel hurt, I feel betrayed, I feel deceived and lied to. That's what I'm talking about. The kind of hurt that you look at somebody and you're like, you know what, I didn't expect this kind of treatment from you, and for that reason I hate you, because I feel betrayed. I didn't expect that from you, because I would never would have done that same thing to you. And you can go F yourself, because this is not, I did not expect this from you, and I really feel hurt and betrayed right now. And I guess if it's coming from that kind of place, it's a little bit different. And yes, I will get upset if, and that's really rare for that to happen. But in that way, I will get upset. In a way, I really am that kind of person whom, when I feel betrayed and somebody that's like really close to me does something that's really like unforgivable. Again, we're not talking about a little lie here and there, a little something. No, I'm talking about something that's like bad, something that's gonna affect me negatively in the long run. I'm the kind of person who's like, you know what, that's really messed up. I never would have done that to you, but also it's okay. I'm so glad that you got to show this side of you this early on in this friendship or relationship or whatever we might be talking about. And again, I'll just sit with myself and be like, that's messed up and I'm really hurt, but also it's okay. It's okay. And I'm really, really, really angry right now. And it's okay. It's okay for me to be angry. And I'm going to be angry for as long as I need to be angry for. Again, I'm not the kind of person who necessarily holds grudges, but I will have this period where I just feel this deep resentment and hate towards you. And I know that hate is a really, really strong word, but again, bear with me because I can't really think of times that has happened a lot. Again, it takes a lot for you to like actually make me hate you. It takes a lot for somebody to make me hate them. And somebody that I can think about right now, it's only one person. It really is only one person, again, because it takes a lot to get me to that place where I'm like, I really hate you. And again, I know hate is a strong word, but it takes a lot. And I can really think of one person where this really happened, where they did something that was really unforgivable. And I looked at them and I was like, this is really, really messed up. And you know what? I was angry. I was pissed for a really, really long time. Again, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was holding this grudge. But if I was, I had all the right to. If I was, I had all the right to, but I was really, really, really mad and angry at them. And I just really hated them. That every single time I saw them, I could just feel this anger just like bubbling. I'm the kind of person where when I'm actually angry, I literally start to vibrate. It's weird. It's really weird. But yes, I start to vibrate and start to feel this anger like rise up. And it's just, I feel it really intensely. And I don't know how. I'm never the kind of person to like lash out and just like crash out and just like have this huge big reaction. It's just not me. I'm the kind of person who's more like quiet. Like I will feel the anger and the betrayal really intensely, but I will not say anything. I will not do anything. I will just sit there and be quiet. I will most likely give you the silent treatment of your life that you've never seen. Literally, like I'm not the kind of person who's like explosive. You did this. Why would you do this to me? I'm like, that's really messed up. And I feel so hurt right now. But also, you know what? You're out. Immediately, you're out. And I never want to see your face again. I never want to associate myself with you again. And I have all the right to feel that way. Again, I wouldn't necessarily call that a grudge, but I will have this period of time where I'm just really angry at you and I want nothing to do with you. I will not speak with you. I will not be in the same rooms as you. I will not want to associate myself with you. And it would just be this thing where you're like, it would just be this thing where it's like, you know what? You're out. Immediately, you're out. I want nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. And after that, I would just kind of like have this moment with myself where I'm like, wow, they did that. And that's okay. Again, I'll be mad. I'll be pissed. I'll feel betrayed. Very understandably so, as I should. But there's nothing that I hate more than somebody having control over me and over how I feel. Like you're not gonna have control over me and how I feel in my own body. No, 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 no. That's not gonna happen. And I'm kind of a control freak, and not in a sense as like I wanna control other people or I want every single thing to be under my control. No, this is not about other people. It's more of like a control freak, but to my own self. Like I like to be in control of myself, my thoughts, my emotions, how I feel. I understand that I can always control what people do or what's always happening out there, but something that I can always control or be in control of is my own mind, my own thoughts, my own emotions, my own body, and my own decisions in what I choose to do from now on, So that's something that I always am aware of. And again, when that happens, I'm always like, you know what? You did what you did, and now enough is enough. I'm not gonna make this about you anymore. I'm not gonna give you the power that you want me to give you, for you to like always like make me upset again with this one person that I'm thinking about right now, which I'm obviously not gonna name because that's personal. But with this one person, I was just so angry at them that I had this period of years, to be honest, years. And I know that's a lot, but it was months, almost a year, if not years, where I was just like really, really upset. But again, I don't like somebody to be in control of my emotions and how I feel. I also get to this point where I'm like, you know what, enough of you. Now I'm gonna make this about myself. I'm gonna start to look for ways to like heal and like work through that and work through those emotions to like get better and kind of like remove you in my life completely. Because if there's something that I'm really, really good at, is moving on. Oh my god, I when it comes to moving on with my life and literally like burning the past to the ground and just like moving on like nothing happened, I'll take the cake because that's something that I'm really, really, really good at. Again, after you've done whatever you've done, I'll just be like, you know what, that was really messed up. I did not deserve any of that. But now it's time for me to move on and gain back that control. And I'll just like start to work through these emotions to get better. And that's when it gets really, really angry. Again, when it comes from someone who's like really close, it really does hurt you. It really does hurt you because it's like, wow, you really did that. But also, I'm not the kind of person to like make every single thing about them. I'll be like, you did what you did. Now it's time for me to take my power back and take that control back, and I will heal. I will heal, and I will move past that. But just and it will get to this point where I'm no longer mad at you. Like, I'm no longer mad at you. I no longer hate you, and I no longer feel that intense resentment towards you. But that, just because I'm not angry at you anymore, just because I don't feel that hate towards you anymore, it does not mean that I forgive you. Absolutely not. Just because I'm like, I'm not mad at you anymore, I don't hate you anymore, that does not mean that I forgive you. And I know people always say you need to forgive before you can move on. Actually, no, I don't think that you need to forgive people in order for you to move on. Again, this is something that I've talked about a lot in the few episodes that I did in the things that I no longer believe. And I don't believe that you have to forgive somebody in order for you to move on. You can literally just move on. Like I always used to do, I would just work through all these emotions that I need to work through and just move on. Again, I still don't forgive you. I still will never forgive you for what you did, because this is not a little thing that you, this is something big, okay? This is something that's going to affect my life in the long run, and something that had a really bad and negative effect on me. So when people are always like, oh, you need to forgive them before you can move on, and you're not doing this for them, you're doing this for yourself. If you want to do something for yourself, you can learn to work through those negative emotions and all of that on your own, and get to this place mentally where you're like, you know what, I don't hate you anymore. I really don't hate you anymore, and I don't feel anything towards you. It's okay, what you did was messed up, but it was what it was. You can go on, you can, I guess I wish you the best, do whatever you want to do, and I'm gonna move on with my life. But that does not mean that I have to forgive you in order for me to move on. No. And something that I'm just really good at is working on myself and working through emotions, and just like getting to this point where it's like, yeah, I feel good, I don't hate you anymore. We can even coexist with each other, be in the same rooms, environments, even talk to each other, but still, again, I don't hate you. I don't feel this bubbling anger and resentment towards you. But also at the same time, I didn't forgive you. I didn't forgive you because I don't have to forgive you. Something, people always like, you need to forgive, you do not. If you want to, you can, and you should. It's a good thing to do. It's a morally good thing. It's a morally good thing to do, to forgive people that did some messed up things to you. It's a good thing, and I would recommend that you forgive them. But with me, I don't have to forgive them. And that does not mean that I'm still holding onto that grudge. No, I can let go of that and still feel good and feel light even in your presence, and not feel this anger towards you any moment that I see you, but still not forgive you. It's very, very doable, and it's something that I've done over and over again, and something that I've really learned through all of this thing is that it is for me to be able to, like, before I used to be the kind of person that when somebody does me wrong, I would always like get really upset, and I would just be like, you know what, that's really messed up, and I would kind of like hold a grudge. To be honest, I would hold that grudge for like really a really really long time. But now I've just gone to this point where it's like, you did that, that was really messed up, and that's okay. I choose to set you free, I choose to let you go, and I choose to work on myself to get better and feel better. But also, I do not forgive you, but that does not mean that I'll always have this kind of like attitude in front of you, or when we're in the same rooms together. I will even talk to you. Yeah, I will be the kind of person. That's when you know you're really healed from a situation, when you're able to like coexist with these people, be in the same environment as them, even talk to them, even laugh in their face, be able to like crack jokes with them and be in the same rooms as them, and still kind of have like a little bit of a relationship with them, but in your head still be like, you know what, I never forgive you, I never forgive you, but also I don't hate you anymore, I don't wish bad things to like happen to you again, but still I do not forgive you. What you did is unforgivable. I don't forgive you, and I will always see you as that same person. There is nothing that you will be able to do in the near future that will change my mind about you or the way that I perceive you. I will always see you as that person who's like a liar, someone who betrayed me, somebody who did this. But again, I still think of you this way, I still perceive you this way, but I don't feel anything bad towards you because I healed. I work on myself, I worked on myself to like get better and just move on with my life. And that's something that I'm really, really, really good at. It's something that I've really, really gotten good at, to just like move on. What you did was messed up, but also it's okay. I move on. I still don't forgive you. What you did was messed up, and I just moved on with my life and decided to do my own thing because, yeah, as I should. That was messed up, but also I choose to release you and move on with my life and do my own thing and live a life that you don't have to get. You don't get to play a part in. And let me tell you something. When somebody does you wrong, you are allowed to be angry for as long as you need to be angry for. Again, if I guess if it means holding on that grudge, then do it. Then do it. You are absolutely allowed to be angry for as long as you need to be angry for. Those people that come to you and be like, oh, but you need to forgive them, but you shut up. Respectfully shut up. And this is not about you. You don't get to decide for how long I can like be upset or whether I get to forgive them or not. This is none of your business, okay? You're not the one who got hurt, you're not the one who got betrayed, and you don't know what this feels like. So shut up, mind your own business, okay? You don't get to decide that. I get to decide that. And something that I've learned along the way is that the more you really just like allow yourself to feel that intensely, to feel that anger and betrayal so intensely, that's when it will be like easier and quicker for you to move on and just heal. When you suppress those emotions and that anger and you like choose to forgive them, you're gonna really you're gonna grow to really really hate this person. And I guess that's when this vengeance comes from. Someone starts to be like, you know what, I forgive you, now we're gonna live in harmony and be happy. No, those people, absolutely not, absolutely not. Those are the kind of people who like try to like stab you in the back and kind of like act that they forgive you, but then come around and like do something really messed up. I'm just not that kind of person. Again, I'm not the kind of person to like hold on to that grudge and just like try to make it right, make it even by stabbing you on the back and like being vengeful and taking revenge. That's just not the kind of person that I am. I tend to think that those are the kind of people who tend to like hold on those negative emotions and that hurt. With me, I will let myself be upset. Oh God, I will let myself be mad at you and hate you. And I think that's what you should do. Allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to be upset for as long as you need to be upset for. Let yourself crash out, break things, curse at them if that's what you need to do. Again, I'm not the kind of person who tends to like crash out and like be explosive. I'm more like quiet. I feel it intensely, but on the outside you won't see much. You will just see me just like sitting there. Literally, I will not say anything. I will not say I think. I will just like be quiet because that's just the kind of person that I am, and I just allow myself to be upset. Again, when somebody does something really messed up to you, oh God, you are allowed, you have all the right to be angry and mad at them for as long as you need to. If you don't want to speak with them, if you don't want to don't do it. Don't do it. Be mad at them, hold on that grudge for as long as you need to. But also you need to understand that after that you need to come to this place where it's like that was really messed up and I've been mad at this person for months. Now it's time for me to take my power back and stop making my life about this person and make it about myself again and try to heal, work through these emotions, get better, and move on with my life again. If you want to forgive them, you can go ahead and forgive them. But when you forgive them this time, it's genuine. It's not because somebody forced you or talked you into forgiving these people. It's generally genuine. You forgive them because you felt every single thing that you needed to feel, and now you can genuinely like forgive them for real. Or if you're like me and you don't really want to forgive them, you can just choose to move on. You can just be like, okay, I choose to move on now with my life. It has nothing to do with them anymore. It has every single thing to do with me, and I choose to take my power back and focus on me and live a life where this person does not exist anymore. Again, before I used to think that I need to cut them off, and yeah, as you should. But when you're met with these circumstances in life and these situations where there's no way you can do that yet, you can learn to work through those emotions where it's like, I'm not mad at you anymore. I'm not angry at you anymore, but also I do not forgive you. I can be able to like coexist with you, talk with you, and kind of still have a relationship with you, but still know what kind of person you are. And for me to be able to like protect myself from you. If you're around them and you always feel this anger and this resentment, you haven't healed yet. You haven't done the inner work that you needed to do. You've healed, you've gotten better when you stop making your life about them or the way that you feel about them. Like, yes, they did that to you, that's really messed up, but enough is enough. It's time for you to take that control back and take that power back and just heal and get better to the point where you can even interact with these people and still feel nothing towards them. And I think that's something that took me a little bit of time to like learn, but I'm so glad that I finally got to master that part of like healing and moving on with my life without always making things about them or feeling this anger and feeling this resentment towards them. I'm just like, okay, it was whatever it was, and now I'm healed, I'm happy with myself and my life, and I've moved on. And if I want to cut you off, I can go ahead and do that and cut you off, because why not, And if it's in this place in life where I don't get to do that yet, keyword yet, I'll just move on. And I'll still be able to like interact with you and laugh in your face and still feel nothing towards you. Again, not hate you, but also want nothing to do with you, but also still be able to like coexist with each other. And in my head still be like, you know what? I never forgave you for that. And yes, yeah, I am the kind of person who will be like, when you do something messed up in the future again, I'll be like, you know what? I never forgave you. Yeah, no, I never forgave you for what you did. And that will always be up here. And I know some people will be like, oh, so you're still holding on to that grudge and you still hate them. No, I'm still not holding on to that grudge. I don't hate you. I don't hate them. But I just will never forget how you made me feel. I'll never forget the things that you did to me. I never forget that. But that does not mean that I still hate you. No, I do not hate you. I don't feel this anger and resentment towards you. But also, I will never forget what you did to me. And I will always bring that up. But just because I'm bringing that up, it doesn't mean that I still feel that way towards you. I just bring it up to remind you that I never forget that. You know, I will never forget that, and I never forgot how you made me feel. That's different, you know. A grudge is when you still have this, this knot and in like in your stomach. You feel like you still hate them. But with me, it's like, no, I don't hate you. I moved on, but also I want nothing to do with you, and I will never forgive you for that. And sometimes I ask myself, does that mean that I'm a fake person to still be able to laugh in their face, knowing that I'll never forget how they treated me? No, that doesn't mean that I'm a fake person. It doesn't. It just means that I'm a healed person. I'm healed and I'm now happy with myself and my life, but that does not mean that I have to forgive and forget how you made me feel. That will always be in the back of my mind every time I see you. You know, you will always be known as the person that did this and that to me. And that's fine. You don't need to forget anything. Oh no. If you want to forget, you can go ahead and do that and forgive them. But I know that I don't need to do that. I can just move on and live my life and still know that that person is not a good person, but still be able to coexist with them. So if you're mad right now because somebody did something messed up to you, you are allowed. You're allowed and you have all the permission to be mad and angry. I guess hold that grudge for as long as you need to. But with me, I'm just not the kind of person to like hold that grudge and that hate. Because sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of time, that hate and that negative emotion that you keep holding in here, that will change you. You know, it will make you really, really ugly. You know, it can even bring up diseases. We don't want that. You know, we don't want that. You know, we don't want somebody else to do something horrible to you. You know, you're the victim, but also you have to like suffer because they did that to you. Absolutely no. You know, you need to release that anger. You need to release those negative emotions and heal and get better and be like, yeah, you messed up, but also I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with my life, and life is good. Life is good. But also, I still don't forgive you. I still don't forgive you. Still. But I moved on with my life. And so, yeah, that's just something that had been on my mind lately and something that I needed to share. I just wanted to talk about. So, if you're someone who's like in that messy situation where somebody did something messed up, you're allowed to be mad, you're allowed to be pissed for as long as you need to be pissed for, but also you need to know that when the time comes, you need to get to this point where it's like, you know what, that was messed up, but now it's time to move on. It's time for you to take your power back, heal, get better. If you want to forgive them, forgive them. If you don't want to, you can still move on with your life and live a better life without them and still not forgive them. Because you don't really have to forgive somebody in order for you to move on and release all the hate that you feel towards them. Again, the work, it's easier said than done. You know, the easiest thing to do when somebody does you wrong is for you to get them back. You know, that's the easiest thing to do. That's what most people would do. You know, you did me this, I'm gonna get you back. That's the easiest thing to do because you're still wrapped up in those emotions. You know, they have you wrapped up around their finger and they're controlling you, you know? And that's just something that I refuse to do. No, you're not going to be that in control of my feelings and the way that I feel and the way that I choose treat other people and perceive the world. So heal, get better, and move on. And it's just something that I wanted to talk about. Let me know about you guys' opinions. Are you the and what you think down in the comments? Are you the kind of person to like hold a grudge and like be vengeful? I know I'm not, because I just, I think there's better things to do with your life. And yeah, it's just something that I wanted to talk about and share. And again, thanks for hanging out. That this was fun. I love you. Take care of yourself, get better. Again, the work is easier said than done. The easiest thing to do is for you to just get them back and be a horrible person and do the same horrible things that they did to you. The hard part is for you to be able to like do the work and just move on with your life and be in control and gain control of your life, So want to do that. It's easier said than done, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. I'm in this place where I'm like a master at that. But it took me some time to be able to do that. So that's something that I'm really proud of. But yeah, that's all I have to say for today's episode. I love you. Take care of yourself. Subscribe and like the episode if you feel like it. And again, I love you. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.